Hello and welcome to Mukherjee Partho channel. In the World Cup Cricket Super 8 stage, Sri Lanka have consolidated their position from the point of view of reaching semi-final by beating New Zealand. And now they have 8 points from 5 matches. But they have an easy outing against Ireland. So they would be thinking that they are in a comfortable position and they should be making the last 4. Australia should also be gathering full points against Ireland. So as far as the world champions are concerned, they are sitting pretty, and Australia have said that they are not going to take the match against Ireland any lightly. Only thing is that they were trying to get Andrew Symonds a little more practice. But what is now becoming very interesting is that of the 3 teams, namely South Africa, New Zealand and England, which are the 2 teams which will reach the semi-final? Because right now New Zealand have 8 points, South Africa 6 and England 4. Now South Africa are to play against New Zealand and they also play against England. So if South Africa beats New Zealand, then South Africa's position becomes alright, but then New Zealand becomes a little dicey as far as their semi-final hopes are concerned. Because remember, New Zealand have to play the last match against the world champions Australia. And England has to win both the matches. In other words, they have to not only beat South Africa, they also have to win the last match, which is not easy against Sri Lanka. So the permutation and combination is very interesting, and in a way it's good because now there are no clear 2 teams apart from Australia and Sri Lanka. So the World Cup is moving towards a very interesting phase, and nobody knows that which team will be number 4. Because most likely Australia will be number 1, and in semi-final 1 plays against 4 and 2 against 3. And nobody would like to play against Australia, so nobody wants to be number 4. So that's again a very interesting thing. Now as far as the duration of the World Cup is concerned, the chief executive of this World Cup's executive organizing committee has conceded that yes, this 47 days period is very long. 16 teams and 47 days, it's a bit too long. And I'm sure that before the next World Cup, that is in 2011, which is going to be held in the Indian subcontinent, the organizers will keep that in mind. Now, people are now thinking rather as to which team will get Tom Mooney as the coach. As you know, Tom Mooney is coaching Sri Lanka, but his contract ends after the World Cup. And England was very keen, as it was rumored that way. But if one has to believe Justin Langer, the former Australian player, Tom Mooney is most probably going to be a coach of one of the state teams in Australia rather than going to England or to any other country. So let's see which way Tom Mooney goes to. But a lot of interesting combinations are being worked out as far as India is concerned as to what will be the team that will go to Bangladesh in the month of May. And I must tell you very briefly that a lot of debate is going on, and anybody and everybody who is asked a question on television or radio is giving his or her opinion. Whether it is Brett Lee, who is now in India doing some commercial shootings, he's a brand ambassador of Timex. So he's asked some opinion, he gives his view about Indian cricket. He's such a sweet guy, you ask him anything about cricket, he's willing to answer. But then it seems that people who are not from India, they seem to be speaking a little more about Indian cricket than the Indian cricketers themselves. Now, a lot of people are saying that the senior versus junior, who should go to Bangladesh and who should not, is not a very interesting or a healthy topic, and that might cause further damage to the Indian cricket. Let's see how the things pan out and what do the selectors finally decide. To inform you, the selectors are going to decide the team to go to Bangladesh on 20th of April. Now, coming back to the World Cup cricket, the organizers think that there will be more crowd to watch the latter matches, the balance of matches from Super 8 and semi-final and of course the final. And I must tell you that the way things are now sitting, Sri Lanka will of course probably find it easier, but as far as South Africa, New Zealand and England are concerned, all their matches are going to be cracker of a match. So don't miss them, and I will be discussing those matches. England limped to victory, and Bangladesh players must not feel down and out at all. The way they played against England, it was really creditable, and England literally had to play out of their socks to win that match. And if that match is any indication, well, keep your fingers crossed as far as England's chances of going to semi-final. But India, of course, will have real tough time against Bangladesh when they visit Bangladesh in the month of May. So we shall be following the World Cup developments together. And till next time, I'm saying goodbye. I'm Partho Mukherjee.